Oh, Susan, good plum custard pie! Yeah! I don't know where we got cut off.
No clue.
We were talking about things that could never be rebooted.
Yeah.
And I told an awesome story. I'll just run over it real quick. Jesus was at a wedding in Cana, right?
Yes.
And the guy runs out of wine. So Jesus, bam, makes water into wine.
Yes.
Everybody loves it. It's great. And here's the best part about it. He didn't just make like any old wine. When Jesus turns water into wine, it's the best wine. Mm-hmm. This is like the good shit.
Yeah.
So he passes it around. People are like, what? Where have you been hiding this wine? You should have brought this out right away. This is good stuff.
Right.
So it's like, nice job, Jesus. You know, it could have been, it's just Slitch. Oh, it's terrible. It's box wine.
Right.
Jesus gingerly, sandal toe, kicks the box behind the door.
Uh-huh.
The jokes aren't funny. We have to tell them again. But I'm also like, Jesus, timing, man. Party foul. You could have made Schlitz. Everybody is blitzed at
Right.
this Schlitz fest.
Right.
It could have been crappy wine, and
Sure.
people wouldn't have even known.
No.
Waste of a miracle. And this started with the New Testament was a reboot of the Old Testament.
Yes.
Because this God character, we got to change this up.
Right.
He's got a fun kid. He's making lunch for everybody. That's Pat Oswalt's bit, actually. So did you have a definitive answer for that which cannot be rebooted? I said Cowboy Bebop, and I was right.
I'm gonna go with Sound of Music.
They did it. Carrie
I
Underwood.
I did not like it.
Well, all right.
I did not like it.
But I mean, like, what would no one dare to? Because you said Casablanca before.
I did.
And I equivocated with that. But basically, yeah, they have never tried to make Casablanca.
I also would say Gone with the Wind.
Oh, it would be a really good miniseries, though, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I suppose I could see a good miniseries out of it.
Can we have
But
a Southern heroine who's like, you get 'em, our boys, Confederate Army?
Right.
Maybe not right now.
Maybe.
Benioff and Weiss are like hard as rocks right now.
I also think like Wizard of Oz, even though there have been like other Oz movies, so I don't know, maybe I'm wrong
They
about
just
that
did
one.
that, though. NBC, didn't they?
Yeah.
Had that huge crash and burn.
There's like Return to Oz.
It's
There's
the
like
Emerald Kingdom.
Right.
Or whatever it was.
there's the Whiz Kids. And,
Return to Oz is awesome, so don't even try.
yeah, I know.
The Whiz
it's
Kids?
creepy. Weren't that Whiz Kids or what was it called?
No clue. This is your thing.
I don't know. Now I'm just sound like an idiot.
Hopefully it'll sound good when I have to patch these two shows together
Yeah,
into one show.
I know, right?
Because my editing equipment is packed.
Well, let's see here. What else
All right, come on. Wrap it up.
is
You know we're talking about the
no-go?
Matrix here, right? No, I think the Matrix, I'm amazed they didn't make more of those. Because it's like, the Wachowskis are, they created it, they're really important. Let them be producers or supervising producers. But I think a lot of people, like the Animatrix, like those animated shorts, they weren't all great. But I think a lot of people, this resonates with a lot of people, like this idea, which is still good, but is quickly becoming old. It's like Cyberpunk was old the second the ink dried. Mm-hmm. We were already moving into a world like this, and so it wasn't interesting to hear about a guy putting 80 gigabytes of data in his head. Right. Nobody has a drive that big.
Right.
And the Matrix is the same way. Like, as virtual reality and virtual experience increases, the Matrix is going to be kind of laughable. So they need to strike now. And also I think that you can get a lot of people who can write a Matrix-y story or take their universe in an interesting way, and you say, but Neo died. But there's been hundreds of years, right? And like multiple Matrixes. So you could tell a story at any time. You could be Old West Matrix. It could be Underwater Matrix. You could do whatever you want. Mm-hmm. Or you could take the story to the next level. And how do we, work with the machines now that we, have truce or whatever. A lot of the actors are around still.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the Terminator show was kind of like a good reboot.
So
reimagining.
We're supposed to be talking about what you shouldn't or can't reboot.
Okay.
And I think you brought up something good.
Okay.
Even though you're going in a different direction.
Yeah.
I don't think you should
reboot
the Terminator.
Okay.
We're good, right?
Yeah, I think we're good.
It was real dangerous making Terminator 2.
Yeah.
And that guy did it.
I know.
That he's king of sequels before
Well,
he was king of the world.
You know what? I think that they
King
should...
of taking, like, nobody can top this and going, I got close. You got to give me that.
Right.
But it's just dead now, isn't it?
Yeah. I think something that you shouldn't reboot is Alien.
Ridley Scott keeps doing it.
I know.
I don't have any bumpers. So I talked about that
it's all
before.
good.
Okay, let's talk about, as we close out here, what we're doing at Convergence this year.
Well, we have a couple panels.
Do you want to talk about some of the panels that you're on? Plug them up a little bit?
Sure. I am doing a Studio Ghibli retrospective.
Yes.
Which I'm really looking forward to. We're talking about the major films of Studio Ghibli. And I'm doing a Captain Marvel fan panel. I'm doing a Chilling Adventure Hours of Sabrina fan panel. And I'm doing a couple of Star Trek panels. The Enterprising Individuals live panel, which we're talking about Star Trek 2009. And then the Going Even Bolder panel, where we're going to be talking about all of the new Trek, what would you call them?
Torpedoes.
Torpedoes, all the new Trek properties. That's the word I was looking for. And then also doing The Sequel Strikes Back, where we talk about sequels that are more successful or better than the original film.
We should have just gone as a package deal.
Yeah, I know.
Like H333 or whatever those guys are on YouTube. Like, I guess we're just...
We're on a lot of
I'm on a lot of those panels.
Yeah.
So I don't even know what to say at this
You're
point.
doing your review panel, too?
We're doing a panel about... Well, I don't remember what it's called, but it's about the role of critics and criticism in the digital age.
Right.
And hopefully we end up talking about that, because the moderator seems to want to talk about our favorite reviews. I'm like, my own personal review?
Right.
Or that review where somebody just savaged the Lowry or something like that, because I hate that restaurant. So it was that, I don't know, some other stuff. It doesn't matter.
Endgame panel?
Yeah, we're doing the Avengers Endgame.
Yeah.
You know, the usual suspects. So, yeah, I was looking forward to doing some of those. We talked about our fan table earlier. That's still happening. Nothing's changed in an hour. And also, we'll be interviewing some of the guests of honor, be interviewing some of the invited participants, and other people that are going to be at the con. So It's going to be a good time. Going to be going through the anthill.
Going through the anthill? What do you mean by that?
That's how I think of the new space, is because it's all tunnels and
I see.
floors and levels.
Skyways.
And so, yeah.
Byways.
Flyways?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I don't know.
Okay, let's wrap it
Saying
up.
stuff
So
around.
anyway, come join the fun and say hi to us. Check us out if you're going to be at Convergence. And we can talk about some of the stuff that's coming up for us in the weeks to come, but we'll just leave it off here. We'll talk about it, I'm sure, in some of our Convergence shows. Show every day from the con floor, so stay tuned for that to get your updates. And that's it for us. You can find more out. It's late. You can find out more about us on social media, Facebook and Twitter, Just Enough Trope, and you can do what else? You can go to iTunes, which is not iTunes anymore, or Google Podcasts, Stitcher, all those places to find the show. If you want to listen more, check through our backlog, subscribe to the show. It's the best way to get new episodes, like those new episodes from the con. They'll come to you as soon as they're ready, and they will come. Oh, they'll come. And you can also give us a review once you've checked out the show, because we want to hear from you, how you think we're doing, and give us a rating, probably the most important part, because when you give us a rating, then those computers that control everything, speaking of Terminator, know that we're doing a good job and we can move up in those ranks and reach more people. And that's what everybody wants. So give us, what's the grossest thing that we've talked about so far? Give us 5 Terminator reboots, because
sure.
I think we're due for a couple more of those. Loving them. Can't ever get enough.
No.
This is the last chance to save humanity. Hold on. Wait a minute. This is the last chance to save him.
John Connor is
the
alive.
last
Nope, John Connor is no
chance
longer living.
to save the girl from Game of Thrones' career.
Yeah.
Can't remember her name.
Lena Headey?
No, she's going forever.
Oh, Amelia
The one
Clark.
with the eyebrows. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's it for us for tonight. We will see you at Convergence if you'll be there. And I'm your host, Caliban.
I'm your co-host, Mika Hana.
Keep the geek fires burning.